start. Hello, good morning, good morning. Welcome to A Set Apart Woman. I am one of your hosts, Shannon Ford-Jefferson, coming live from Key West, Florida on this Friday, August 21st. And my co-host just stepped into the room. Good
Sorry.
morning,
I
good
don't know what
morning.
happened. I was in the room. I don't know what happened. Hey, y'all.
That's okay. I'm here for it. How you doing, Trace?
I'm good. I'm okay. It's been a tough week, but I'm okay.
It has been a tough week, but we're gonna power through it.
Yeah.
Um, get through the end of the week. Today's show, there's a couple of shout outs and a dedication. So shout outs to Kevin and Camille Ford, my niece and nephew. They turned 20 on Monday. Whew, I feel so old saying that. Um, in memory of Miss Kathy Landrum. Her homegoing was on Tuesday. I know both of her sons, and they are my thoughts and prayers. But this show, Friday, August 21st, is dedicated to my mother and son, Lydia and Carlos Tibbs, who both lost their life this week to COVID-19. Omaha is getting so much in the form of loss this week. And so we are dedicating this whole show to Omaha, but specifically to those two individuals who are very important to Traci. Specifically, I'm just privileged to have known them and be blessed by the outpouring of their hearts for the community. So this show is for them. Traci, you want to say anything before I move on to? Okay. Traci will come back later. She already gave me the schooling about how emotional this could be. But here on A Set Apart Woman, we definitely believe in keeping things real, raw, relational, and relative, and grief is a part of it. And so we are honoring those two lives today. But we do have a guest on who is going to give us some intimate conversation. So
Sweet day.
Alan Newman Jr., Alan M Newman Jr. For
Wow.
y'all who do not know him, I would have said the full name, but I'm not gonna do you like that. Is my friend. He is our podcast brother. We both know him, Traci and I, through Get Vocal. He's been on a couple of my Monday night shows. He is a podcaster in his own right. He has Newman's Hot Takes, his own brand where he sells merch, shirts, hoodies, and lava beads. And he just became a published author. His book is called Why I Love Black Women. Unfortunately, I haven't read it yet, but I anticipate my copy since I've already paid for one. So welcome, Newman. Welcome, Alan. How are you?
I'm good. I am good. How are you ladies doing? It is definitely a pleasure and an honor to be here with you guys on this morning.
I'm
Please
excited.
forgive me if it looks like I'm moving in slow motion. I just got up from my second job. So I'm here though. I'm honored. So I definitely appreciate this opportunity. I'm looking forward to interacting with you guys on today.
Oh, it's about to get popping. So
Shannon,
Don't
one
be trying
second.
to pop too much. It's a little too early.
It's not on Facebook. I can't share it again.
I'm sending it. I'm tagging you to the video right now.
Okay. All righty.
I
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm sorry. I don't. I'll figure that kink out. But
No,
it
you're
it
fine.
comes up live. So there you go. All right, y'all. Excuse us for all those technical difficulties. Alan, so we're gonna ask you a lot of questions. Traci and I will feed off each other. You can ask them as you please. We do want to honor your time. We know you have to go to your full-time job, so we'll make sure we'll get you out of the studio in enough time.
Yes, ma'am.
But we'll end your interview with like a round robin of questions. They're just like random questions that you can answer in a few words. No need for like a monologue or anything. So,
Okay.
but we're gonna start interestingly easy. So, why Newman's hot takes?
Actually, the people out there in Facebook is the reason why Newman's Hot Takes came to fruition. In 2018, I had a thought on. I've always wanted to be a motivational speaker and an inspirational speaker, And I had always said, what can I do to put myself out there and to be able to not just give my opinion like many of us do, but just to give insight and encouragement towards people. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should try video blogging a little bit. So I actually had two names. I can't remember the other name, but I think it was pretty lame for them to choose this one. So, I think the first one was like Newman's News from a guy's perspective, and then it was Newman Hot Takes. And I left it up as a poll for I think 2 weeks. And Newman Hot Takes is the one that won actually. A lot of people have voted on that one. So that's how we came to have Newman's Hot Takes, which some people affectionately call Newman's Hot Cakes, but it's Newman's Hot Takes. So.
I am one of those people. I say hot takes, hot cakes. So if y'all use that, I came up with it first. I put them together. I don't know, I be trying to steal and say, "Oh, that's so original." I know, I made it up. Okay, so now that we know why Hot Takes got its name, what was your mission, vision, or purpose to put Newman's Hot Takes out into the world? Did you want to be this big entrepreneur? Like branding this, what was your ultimate or what is your ultimate goal?
Actually, the truth be told, Newman's Hot Takes was just going to be a hobby. Literally, the only reason it came into fruition is there was a challenge, and I don't know if I'm probably getting ahead of some of your questions that you probably had for me. There was a challenge that was put out on Instagram and Facebook that had asked for Black men to give reasons why they love Black women. And that was a challenge I accepted. I was doing it consistently every day for a month. And it got to the point where I actually had people that were messaging me and they were talking about how impactful those videos were. And it was like, hey, do you have a blog? Do you have anything towards it? I was like, absolutely, I have nothing. I was like, I have nothing. It's a challenge. I just jumped in it. I got nothing for you guys. And so I actually, ironically, I had a cousin who reached out to me and she was like, hey, Alan, the stuff that you were saying, it's stuff that Black women really need to hear. To have a Black man that is pushing so hard for us, you definitely might need to develop a platform for that. So that's where Newman Hot Takes actually came from, was building up on that platform. It literally was one day I got on Facebook. I followed the little app for how you build a page on Facebook, came up with a generic logo and added it. Then it kind of snowballed effect to looking at this realm is we as a people of color we have people that encourage us, but we don't have enough people that have the proper platform or use their platform in an encouraging way for Black men and women and for Black boys and girls. So my whole motivation and purpose when Newman Hot Takes took a mind of its own was to be able to have an outlet where Black men and Black women hear themselves in a positive light and not always in a negative light. One thing I've learned with the way media and everything is negativity sells faster than positivity, but mainly it's because it's something that we're looking at on a daily basis. So my main purpose was to bring positivity towards how Black men and Black women are. And that's kind of just how Newman Hot Takes then started taking its own little life of its own, I guess you can say.
Awesome. I'm going to ask another question leading into why I love Black women. And so you got Newman's Hot Takes off the ground, showed up on Facebook, started posting on Instagram, TikToking your way through life. If y'all don't know, he's a TikTok connoisseur. But tell us how the merch came to be, because if I am seeing correctly, you have on a shirt right now.
Yes. I'm wearing a shirt that says I like my chocolate in human form. I actually have this as shirts, black, now brown, and also a black hoodie. Actually, Shannon, if I'm not mistaken, the merch was only supposed to be one thing. I had got a logo for Newman's Hot Takes, and that literally what it was. Like, literally when I say my mindset was not really to push the merchandise, I literally was like, I need a shirt that says Newman Hot Takes, and that's it. So that shirt dropped. And then, if I'm not mistaken, on one of my videos, I had said something about I like my human in chocolate form. And yours truly, Shannon, texted me, was like, oh my God, you need to go ahead and market that saying. And I was like, what the heck? Let's see how it rolls. So sat there and came out with I like my chocolate in human form, and then came out with a shirt that says protect Black women the way you'll protect your mama. Got some other things in the work, but it literally just was spur of the moment. It's been a whirlwind with a lot of the merchandise and the lava beads and stuff that I have. It's just one of those, I just stepped out there. I think the biggest thing that I had learned was just to step out and see what happens. The worst that can happen is people not buy it. So it was just one of those, let's see what happens and just roll with it, to be honest. So that's how the merch hit. So
Mad dope. Mad dope. So excited. I was gonna pull out my shirt, my hoodie, but they're like buried under all my
I was gonna wear my hoodie, but then it was such a struggle. I was like, I'll just go ahead and pop the shirt off.
Okay, I have a question. Since you're talking about you love your chocolate in human form and what you love about Black women, is there a significant other in your life right now? And I'm just curious. I mean, hey, I'm sure
let's get brawl up in this intimate conversation. Let me take some notes. Come on now.
Y'all are funny. Officially, no.
Okay.
Officially, no.
Y'all hear that, ladies? He said no.
No, he said officially. That means there may be something unofficially in the work.
Unofficially,
he said officially.
But unofficially, no. It's so funny. Shannon be quick to ask that question, so I'll roll it at the fact you asked that question, Traci. So unofficially, no. I mean, officially, no, but unofficially, there's things in the works. So
okay, let me ask you this question since you're talking about unofficially and officially. So unofficially, if you had a Black woman in your life that you love so much, what would be one of the unique things that you think would be about you in that relationship? Because you're talking about, your book is Why I Love Black Women, right?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
So what makes you, what will you tell us that you think that we don't know about why you love Black women?
That's good.
That's
good. That's good, co-host.
I feel like I'd be putting so much out there.
But that's okay.
You know what? I think the biggest thing that I do love about Black women that people don't really know, that I don't talk much about, and it's kind of two things. Like physically, the eyes of a Black woman. I really feel like when you look into the eyes of a Black woman genuinely, it definitely peers into your soul. So the eyes is like one of the biggest things that's attractive to me to a Black woman. On the physical aspect that not a lot of people know. On the non-physical aspect, a Black woman's mind. I don't think people really understand. Like, everyone has mental strengths and everything like that, but if people like literally sit and just pick the brain of a Black woman, I tell people all the time, Black women are one of the smartest women out there, and people in general. When you look at how anything you guys do, you can make clothes, you can do different hairstyles, even when it comes to career and political fields, entertainment fields, just the mental aspect and makeup of a Black woman is amazing. And that's something that a lot of people don't know that attracts me. A lot of people like to say, oh, I like somebody's mentality. But when you look at a Black woman's mental makeup, to me, it's something that is undervalued and cannot be matched by others. So that would be what I say really attracts me.
So do you consider that the greatest misunderstanding about Black women, or would you say something else? What is the biggest thing that you think is the misconception, the what people don't really understand about a Black woman that is there? People just
how passionate you guys are. How passionate. One thing I notice every time, Black women are always confused with their passions being angry Black women.
Thank you.
Majority of the time, it's not.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Traci.
Let me go on. Let me go on Do Not Disturb just a
I
moment.
was like, that
Okay.
is not me. I promise. I promise.
That's my son. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What I was basically saying is just your passion. And this is something that unfortunately, me being a black man, we confuse it. Other nationalities confuse it. Anytime a black woman shows passion, our immediate defense mechanism is that they're the angry black woman, or they're too needy, or they're too emotional. Not understanding that black women aren't too emotional. They're not too needy. A black woman's going to hold you accountable about whatever you're doing in regards to her life. Now, if it may come out that she's angry with it, it's not. It's her passion. And I think it's misunderstood because we allow other people to get away, including men, black men, with being passionate and not saying that they're overly emotional. But for some reason, when it comes to our black women, when they're showing passion, where they're showing a love for something that's dear to them, they're told that they're being angry and they're being bitter. So I really believe the biggest misconception and biggest issue that is out there is that people don't understand the passion of a black woman.
Yeah, that is so
Okay, this is
real.
my last question. I promise you.
Okay.
How do
No, you're
you
good.
determine the difference between their passion and their anger?
Whew.
You know what? I think honestly, Tracy, it's the only way I can actually distinguish between the both is based on the relationship I have with that individual. Um,
Okay.
I feel like the biggest thing that messes that up is communication. Um, and communication with understanding, with comprehension, not just sitting there listening to them talk. Because, for example, with my sister and my mom, they communicate how they feel. Just because to me it may look a certain way doesn't mean that they're being angry. And then other times it could be you think they're angry and they're not. I think it's just a communication aspect and paying attention to detail.
Yeah.
That's another issue. Pay attention to detail. You have people who have been with the same woman for 5, 6, 7 years, and they still don't know if she's angry or if she's just passionate about something because they don't pay attention to detail. I really feel like if you don't pay attention to detail, you really don't care about that individual or that particular thing that you're dealing with. Because if you care about it, you're going to pay attention to it to the to the T, so to speak.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, awesome.
I
Come on
give
now, Tracy. You asked all the good questions.
Shannon, you got it. I'm a back up.
I'm sitting here taking notes like, yo, let me throw this stuff down. Be like, if you don't say that, sir, then you ain't the one. Okay. So Alan, tell us about this book. Tell us, what brought on the book. Yes, hold on, let me see you in. Do that again. Yes, why I love Black women, why I love them. Yes, okay, so tell us about this book. Tell us about the motivation behind it, how it came to be, where you got started with the idea, and how it came to fruition.
Whoo! I think this was like my biggest challenge mentally. It took me about a year and a half to actually finish this book. It's not a very big, long book, but it was definitely a challenge just because what got me started on it is it piggybacked off of my Why Do I Love Black Women videos that were dropping. And someone had asked me, like, oh, did you ever think about writing a book? Um, this particular individual was like, Alan, I really, really feel like this is something that me and other Black women need and would love, and it would definitely show the appreciation that Black women truly deserve. So that was kind of what the ideal that sparked it. What made it come into fruition is I actually took the time and I Googled to see if there was any books out there that was dedicated towards loving Black women. And it might not surprise a lot of people, but it surprised me. I only came across 2 books that was ever
Wow.
towards unequivocally their love for Black women. And not knocking the 2 that I saw. One that I saw, he talked about his love for Black women, but his book was mainly talking about the love for the Black women in his lives, not like Black women as a whole. So I actually did some research and just started trying to see what is it that is not being appreciated about Black women, what isn't being talked about with Black women, and then that's kind of just how the book started going. I literally pulled up all my old videos to see what I had talked about, to see what pointers I had brought up, and started putting them in book form. Had got frustrated, threw it to the side for like a couple of months, and I was just like, forget it. And then came back to it because it's just something that's really, really needed. I don't think people realize, especially in this day and age, our Black women are in a lot of key roles, a lot of key positions. Black women are more prevalent now in the national spotlight, no matter what their career is. And what people don't realize is our society, unfortunately, looks at our Black women as a sex symbol, if we be honest. Before they look at them for their brains, their mentality, their love, their dedication. And so I really just felt like this book would show what our women bring to the table other than their sexuality. So that was the biggest pointers that led to me writing this book and bringing it about. I feel like you said something else and I think I missed it. What else did you say, Shannon?
Nope, I think you covered it. I was just asking, did you mention about your videos? Does that have anything to do with it, or is that just an extension of?
Actually, the videos were just an extension of it. Like I said, when I started,
because the video started it, right? You said the video started it.
Yes, ma'am. Like the videos is what had started it. Like I literally was doing the videos, and thankfully I was saving them after I was posting them up. Because then when I thought about, you know what, let's put this kind of in a book format to see where it can go, I went back towards the videos to kind of pull out nuggets, so to speak, that I had dropped, that I could actually implement in the book. So.
Okay, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So this is the first of many books. Is this the only book you have out? Like, tell us more. Do you want to live in author land forever?
You know what? I mean, it's pretty cool. So there could be possibly another book coming up. I don't know when yet, but I am feeling like you can't have a book solely on why I love Black women without probably being able to motivate and inspire Black men as well. Even though this book can actually be used, like I would suggest heavily to people, this is a book you should have in your library, not just for yourself, but for your kids, for your husband, your boyfriend, brother. Because sometimes I think people don't realize what they have.
I think it should be gifted. I think it should be gifted. I think it should be one of those books that you gift to all of the men in your family. I think so. Because I think they need an awareness of the Black woman that I don't think they're getting. Like you said, only 2 books. What does that say about, all of the Black authors that we have, all of the Black men that don't write a book about how to love a Black woman, and all of them came from one. So that tells a lot about the mentality of Black men when it comes to Black women.
Yeah, and it's very disturbing because for myself, like, how can I love other people and not love who brought me into this world?
The womb that you came from.
Like, I have a whole Black queen as my mother. I have a whole Black queen as my sister.
That part.
And I'm not willing to give them the unmatched love that I'm going to give, so to speak, a white girl or a Hispanic woman or something like that. And it was very disturbing to see that, like you said, with all the authors in the world, like I only found 2 books. And the books I found wasn't even dedicated wholly towards Black women. It was more towards their family.
And to take it a step further, the love that you have for a significant other stems from the love that you have from your mother.
That part.
You have to know, and that's why I always say, if you want to know how a man gonna treat you, watch how he treat his mama, because that's where it stems from. So I commend you. I commend you for taking that step out there and leaping out there and doing that. And I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna get it.
I appreciate it. People don't realize when
I'm gonna get it for my son and myself.
People didn't realize when the pushback when I started the videos and the book. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I had people emailing me, oh, so you're not going to talk about white people? You're not going to talk about Hispanic women? Like, all of them need equal love. And I'm literally like, yo, you can do that.
Right.
You can do that, but that's not for me. That's not where I feel like I've been called to do.
But it's amazing that you said that, because you do get that pushback. When we start talking about the Black Lives Matter, I have friends on my timeline that all lives matter. And I'm like, we're not talking about your life, we're talking about our life, but your life is not in danger right now. So you get that, you get that pushback. They don't want us to be equal, but they want to be equal to us.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's definitely inspiring. To answer your question, Shannon, there may be another book in the horizon. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
We got a title for you already. Why I Love the Set Apart Woman. Watch out now.
But yeah, that would be great. Make sure you notate us in there in our little podcast.
Definitely.
Yes, that would be dope.
Perfect title.
I cannot with Shannon. She always over there letting that brain work.
Look, I got ideas. Like, I need to be a freelancer for clients who need other ideas for their businesses. I got you. Anything you need, you just let me know. We're gonna get you started in the right direction. I was just watching, mind y'all, I work overnights too. I was working overnight last night, and I was watching Sex in the City, and I think it was Samantha who told her boyfriend, "I'm gonna make you famous." That's what I want to do. I want to make people famous. Like,
okay,
show up. Let me get you on some stages so you can do your public speaking, motivation speaking.
That is something that you can do, Shannon. That is a gift that you have,
Right.
because you motivate people to come from within themselves. You motivate people to be themselves, to come out of their comfort zone, to do what God would have them to do.
Blow up.
That would be something that I think you really need to think about.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I am starting to freelance, y'all. So y'all pray for me. I'm about to secure my second client.
Okay.
Look
at you.
Okay. Look, so I'm really excited. This ain't about me. This is about you, sir. This is about Newman's HotTakes and why I love Black women.
I have no problem sharing the spotlight.
So tell us, Mr.
I gotta finish my book so I can become a client, huh?
Yeah, listen. Yes, I'll take you on, sis. I got you. We gonna be booking.
You don't carry me for the past 7 years, so now I guess I just gotta start paying you to do it, because you
may know. We're gonna be doing book tours and book signings. When I tell y'all, I got big plans for my friends. Come on, I'm waiting. Shout out to Audrey and her daughter Jada. If you watch this later, Jada, I'm gonna be your manager when you become a big, amazing dancer. I got y'all. Like, I'm telling you, my client list is gonna be huge. Okay, that's enough plug in for my future life, but it's coming down the pipeline. Y'all can say y'all knew me when, okay? Y'all knew me when I was on Streamyard, giving y'all the laugh. So back to Newman's HotTakes and why I love Black women. Now, the actual title is Black Women and Why I Love Them, or am I saying it wrong?
Actual title is Black Women and Why I Love
Them. Okay, Black Women and Why I Love Them. Okay, so since we found out that you are unofficially single and you love Black women, tell us, what do you love? What would if you could just put your Black woman together right now, like build a bear? Tell us, what would she look like? What's up now? Y'all didn't think I was real and raw up in here? Okay.
Oh man. What is there not for me to love about Black women? I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'4".
Oh wow.
All right, 6'4".
Huh?
I said, all right, 6'4".
Yeah, 6'4", got a little height. She doesn't really have to be tall. She doesn't have to be short. It can actually be in between. It doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna lie. I know everyone be talking about them red bones like Traci and those high yellow sisters. I love y'all,
but
I
you
do
like your
love
chocolate.
chocolate.
And that's okay.
I
That
do
is
love my
okay.
chocolate. Hence the
I ain't
shirt.
offended at all. Trust me. Love on the chocolates. Love them. I want everybody to get their love.
I definitely like them thick.
Oh,
I feel like I'm about to get judged off this podcast.
no. I like being thick. I don't want to be
definitely
skinny.
physically, she definitely has. I would love for her to be chocolate. Love for her to be a little thick, have a little something for me to be able to grab onto.
Okay.
Whatever, Shannon, you over here.
Okay. Keep saying that. I got somebody in mind I want to introduce you to, so keep going. I'm making a list, checking it twice. Chocolate, thick.
You know what?
I got the mind thing too. I got you.
Yeah, she definitely
someone who people up on our show. We hook people up. We believe in redemptive and restorative relationships on a set apart woman. Keep going.
I can't with y'all. We live in a world time frame where a lot of people like get lace fronts and stuff like that. I'm definitely cool with that. I tell everybody, if you're going to do different hairstyles, we'll just have to deal with a personality that matches each one. But I definitely love my women who do their hair natural. There's something about a natural hair sister. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of the fact there's so many properties you can do to your hair. You can look one way this way, the next day look another day, or not even the next day. You can look like this way going to work, then date night on that same day you look at a different. Your whole queendom is on a whole nother level. So I definitely love my ladies that do the natural hair. I love it. Someone who is, and I kind of hate when people like someone who's smart. I need somebody who's smart. And when I say that, not necessarily like because you have a degree. Someone who is smart when it comes to not just the practical but impractical things that you deal with in the world as a whole. Someone who is independent and has her own set of goals that she has for herself. I feel like the biggest issue we do have in a society is we try and make people depend on us.
Been there, done that.
Exactly. And I think the biggest person who helped manifest that for me is my mom. Mm-hmm. I tell people she's been married to my dad going on 37 years in October. But I tease and say she is like one of the most single married women that I know. Mm-hmm. She definitely goes from someone who honors and respects her husband, but when she's on her grind, she's on her grind. And she's always said, like, I don't need to just depend on somebody for me to make it. I know a lot of people feel like it's a badge of honor to say, oh, well, I have such and such who has to depend on me for everything. But sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. So,
or I take care of her. I take care of her. Yeah.
Exactly. To have someone who she's independent in her own right, but she know I have her back, and vice versa. Let me see. I'm trying. I don't want to go too much in detail because I don't want everyone to judge me after this.
We judging anyway. I mean,
I have somebody I'd like to introduce you to. Okay.
Oh man.
Here, I want you to meet Alan. Alan, I want you to meet Shannon. Can I send y'all on a date? I'm just saying.
I'll take you in these internet streets, ma'am.
Well, I digress.
Well, let me just say, I do too like my chocolate in human form.
I know. I am like, oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, Alan, I might need to get your phone number when this is over.
I want to send y'all on a date if y'all want to go.
Wow, y'all over. This was a setup.
Really. I'm so.
I didn't know she was going to say that
for the first time, and I'm just like, I don't know.
I didn't know she was gonna say that. I'm just playing along because I don't want to show my embarrassed face. My mama said, "Don't." She said,
But
"If you got one, two,
Shannon
three,
knows me. I'm very honest. I'm very real, and I'm going to. I hope I didn't embarrass you, but I mean,
Oh no, no ma'am, no
I'm
ma'am.
saying you're unofficially in a relationship, so it's not. If it was official, I wouldn't even be saying anything. But it's unofficial, and so I'm just saying, y'all just seem like and even if it's nothing but a great friendship, y'all just seem like y'all would vibe very well.
yeah, don't friends on me though, because I'll be like, look, bro,
Knowing
You
my
see
girl like
this?
I know her.
You see this? I can't. I can't.
no, don't friends on me. That I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't take it. Okay,
I
back
can't
to
with
this.
Okay, okay. Okay, we go. Okay, I'm
Like,
getting.
ask another question. Stop trying to hook people up.
Now I feel embarrassed. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question. We gonna throw some questions at you. Okay,
you. Yes, ma'am.
just random. Okay, if you had any superpower, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's definitely random. Any superpower. Just one. Um,
One. Sorry, one. Numero uno.
you know
Y'all
what?
are frozen, but that's
Are we
okay.
frozen?
I'm not frozen.
I would. God, that's tough,
You're back.
Tracy.
You're back now.
Um, I would want the. Oh God.
Oh, come on now.
Yo, cause like I'm literally my head is like going through like four
You
right
want me to
now.
give you a superpower?
I was like, we'll just pick you one.
I'll give you a superpower.
What's your top four? Just go on, because you gonna take forever with this question. We can't ask you no more.
No, okay. The
You can't even give us the four?
you know what? The ability to control the weather. To be able to control the weather. Like I feel like that's an amazing power to be able to dictate if you guys are gonna deal with rain, snow, hail, thunderstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes. I think that that kind of puts you in a godlike realm.
Wow.
Being able to control the weather.
All right, Black Jesus. All right, Black Jesus.
I can't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got jokes today. I ain't slept yet. Okay, so if your life were a song, what would it be called?
Mm.
If my life was a song, what would it be called? Whew.
Come on now. These are these intimate conversations.
You want me to give you a beat so you can think about it?
Give them the Jeopardy beat.
You know what? Linkin Park, What I've Done.
Okay. I got to listen to that. Okay.
Me too.
Linkin Park, What I've Done. Okay.
What I've done.
Okay, I'll ask another one.
Go ahead.
I'm only along the same line. If your life was a movie, who would you cast to star you?
My life was a movie. Who would I guess? You know what? I would say Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Because I consider myself funny, but I do have a serious side, and I can sing a little bit, not much, but a little. And Jamie is funny, and actually the latest movies he's played have been serious roles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that last one on Netflix was like everything.
I haven't watched it yet.
I watched it 3 times. Oh my God.
That movie is good. So I would definitely do Jamie Foxx. It would be
Good
Jamie
choice.
Foxx. Yes.
Good choice. Versatility. Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna watch it tonight at work.
That movie's so good. Like that movie's so good. I feel like it was too short. Like it was an hour and 32 minutes, and it felt like it was too short.
Yeah, it was. And the analogy behind it was awesome. But we'll talk. That's for another show. Okay, go ahead.
I watched it last night because our power went out, and I was like, "Well, let me just sit here and be still."
Oh
Jesus.
no!
Because it came back on, but I'm from Tornado Alley, and my mom be like, "Don't touch nothing, just sit there." Thank Jesus that you alive. So. But anywho, you want to ask a question? Let me ask another one.
Yeah, you already said your mom motivates you, correct? Already said that. Okay. Let me see. Let's see.
Well, why are you seeing?
Finish this thought. I got it. Finish this thought. If I could heal, offer the cure for the remedy or remedy the world for one thing, what would it be?
That's a good one.
Corona.
Hey, that's a good answer. That's a
great answer. And most people would say cancer, but I think most people have a better chance with cancer than they do with this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would definitely say that's a good answer.
Oh yeah.
This has definitely hit home for a lot of people. Myself, and I'm pretty sure with you guys as well. So yeah, I would definitely say Corona would be the thing. I would be like, yeah, let's go ahead and cure that.
Yeah.
So we don't gotta deal with it.
Absolutely. So we have a few more minutes. We're gonna ask you a few more questions before we close you out. Rather, so you can tell us where we can follow you on social media. So I'm gonna ask the question, and then you can end the questions, Trace. If life was lived backwards, what is one thing you would tell your younger self not to do? Look at that face.
I would. He just needs to go ahead and don't do anything I did in my 20s. Like if he gets them same thoughts, don't do it. Yeah, 20 from 20 to 30, bruh, forget it. Whatever those were, don't do it. Like people laugh, but legit, I was a little hellion from 20 to 30. Like, bruh, I just need to go ahead and just scrap all of that, and whatever path is the opposite of what you're thinking from that time, don't do it.
How old are you, Alan?
36.
Okay.
36, yes, ma'am.
Question. You said I could end it, right, Shannon?
End his question, yeah, absolutely. And then we're gonna do Judy and Carlos.
I have questions. What is the age bracket in which you would date, going down or going up? And then I'll ask you the last question after you answer that one.
You know what? That's actually a hard question to answer, Tracy. You want to know why? Because y'all ladies don't care. I can either date your mom or I can date
you can't date my mom at 36. Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Like literally. And this may sound broad. I would say 44 would be my max.
Okay. So you definitely can't date our mamas.
I mean, I don't know. Some of y'all mamas looking like they in their 30s. So
I'm telling you, I got you on that.
They could still drop it. I tell my mama business, but go ahead, continue.
So my mama got maxed on at the store yesterday by old man. I'm like, I need you to back up, please.
I'll fight behind my mama. We fight, won't we, Tracy? We'll fight behind our mommies, won't we?
I can't with y'all.
Man.
I will fight a brick wall over my mama.
I would say 44 is my max.
Now remember them 20s. Now remember how you were in them 20s. That's how them girls and ladies go be.
Yeah. So like my minimum is actually weird because a lot of people think I'm weird. I don't date anybody who is the same age as my sister. So she just turned 30. So I had to up the number. So 31 is as far as I will go.
31 to 44.
44
Good bracket.
is as
That's
far
a
as
good
I'm
range.
Good range. Okay, here's my last question. What do you want the world to know about you?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that question.
I want the world to know about me that you can actually make mistakes and bounce back from them. And I know when people hear the words mistakes, they're talking about, oh, like drop a bucket on the floor. Like, no, like you can make a major mistake that could ultimately alter your life, and you can bounce back from it. That's what I want people to know. Also, you can live life with a smile on your face. One thing that people who know and follow me, I'm always smiling. I'm always laughing. No matter the situation, I think too many times we go about in life not really smiling. Always the woe is me, always allowing life to kind of beat us down. So you can always go through life with a smile. And you can always change. That's what I would want the world to know.
Good answer.
That's an amazing answer. I hate that I missed the memo on wear our own shirts Friday because Alan got on his shirt. Traci got on her shirt. I do have on a black-owned designer shirt. This is Melissa Hodges, but it ain't mine. As I look at my shirts while I look at y'all's shirts, I'm like, dang, I'm gonna put on my shirt. If I knew he's gonna be wearing our shirts.
Always, Janet, branding. Always keep in mind branding.
Man, listen, y'all gonna know me as the girl with the glasses and the earrings. So
right. Yeah, that you do have.
Then look, and by the way, I buy direct. Look, they're new.
Buying multicolored glasses. I'm like,
they're new. I just want y'all to know, and I just want everybody to know I've been complaining because they made me an ambassador, but I just got diamond status.
Look at you! Look at you with all your little glasses, man. With all your glasses.
Yeah, she got me buying multicolored glasses. I'm like, what the world?
Y'all have no idea. I should be an ambassador for I Buy Direct. I've been rocking with them for 12 years.
Wow.
Tell me who know better. And I probably got about 50 pair.
Oh. Yeah.
So, and they all are prescription. But anyway, before we close out with Alan, the portion of Alan, because he does have somewhere to be. Alan, tell us where we can follow you on social media, where we can get your merch, how we can purchase your book, anything you got coming down the pipe. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so sorry. I didn't even have you talk about your podcast. Give us like a 1-minute snippet about your podcast, because I'm like,
tell us all that. I actually have a podcast called Newman's Hot Takes. You can find me on Anchor. I'm currently on 7 different platforms, which is Anchor.
Oh, what happened?
Uh-oh. I don't know what just happened.
Okay.
Someone called me.
Okay, go for
it. Okay.
We just the last we heard was on several platforms. So Anchor. Somebody want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so while he's figuring that out, so I know a few things. So on Wednesdays, he has a podcast, Newman's Hot Takes. Like he said, it's on Anchor. I think Anchor is powered by, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out in La La Land. Spotify. I think you can find him on Apple Podcasts. And then probably the only 3 I know.
Yeah, I think he said iTunes.
Yeah, Apple, whatever Apple is, iTunes. Okay. His merchandise, I'll have him added to the link in the commentary. All I know is this Newman's Hot Takes Square site, and I don't know what it is when you type it out, but I know that's how you get there. And I think you can buy all of his merchandise, hoodies, t-shirts, lava beads, and his books from there, if I think correctly. And that's it about him. Like,
okay.
Sure. I mean, I guess he probably won't come back. So in a minute, I'm going to exit him because he's got to be at work at 11. So if he does come back, I'll let him give his final thoughts. But if not, we can continue. Yep. I figured he wasn't going to come back. So, now we're on me and you. The real, raw, relational, and relative. Okay, he is.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, yes. Hi.
I'm so sorry.
I was trying to tell your business, but I was like, I don't remember the site. I was like, it's Newman's Hot Takes Square site something. I said, I'll let him put it.
I can't with you. So if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Newman's Hot Takes on Instagram. Um, you can also follow me. So for Newman's Hot Takes, it's Newman_Hot Takes on Instagram. In order to purchase merchandise and my book, you can actually go to Newman's-hottakes.square.site. It's very long, so I'll
I was
definitely put it in
close.
the comment section.
Yeah.
And for my podcast, it's every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on, I think it's Google Caster, Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So it's 7 of them, but I can only think of those 4 off the top of my head that you can follow me at as well. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Newman's Hot Takes, also, and on Facebook at Newman's Hot Takes. If you have trouble finding those on Facebook and Instagram, just Google Alan Newman. You'll find my personal page. Click the ad. I'll add you, and you'll actually be able to get to my page from there.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Alan M Newman Jr.
Thank you for having me.
You for being
It's a
our
pleasure unofficially meeting you. Let me know if you want to take me up on that dinner date.
I got you, ma'am. I got you. Traci.
Y'all about to make my stomach hurt.
Y'all wild. I got you though.
Thank you so much for being our first intimate conversation here on the Set Apart Woman. We're so glad that we were able to showcase all the things that you're doing and how you love on Black women. We just want to encourage you, Black man, as you go forth and be successful and everything that you are entrusted to be, that you infiltrate the world with everything that you have going on, because you have a lot of valuable information to share.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate it.
So take care. We'll be seeing you Set Apart Woman when your second book, Why I Love the Set Apart Woman, drops.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yes. I'm just saying.
Thanks again for having me here, ladies.
Bye, Alan.
Bye. You as well. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.
All right. That was a good time. I didn't realize how funny we could be on a Friday.
Oh, we're good. We're very good.
You're hilarious. I gotta get you back. I just want you to
no.
This is like red table talk. Let me get you back, Jada. Just wait.
You already have. No, I'm thinking. As Jada told Will, I think you already done that.
Oh, you just wait, girl. You just wait. No, but in all honesty, let's take a few minutes. I mean, we got a beat. I don't know if you have to be anywhere. Of course, I don't have to be anywhere but my bed. So I want to take a moment, whatever you feel like sharing, if you choose to share, if you don't want to share, to honor and impart the love and the legacy that the Tibbs have had in your life or your family, not just for you, but for Mariah, for AJ, just for your entire family. Like, this isn't just Traci's love. No. Your whole family has felt this impact in the community. Monday and Wednesday, that is all I saw up and down my timeline. And so I know that they have left a lasting legacy in hearts and minds all over this country, but specifically in your family.
Yes, they have. And this is a very difficult for me because we were very, very close. You can't talk about Carlos and Lydia without talking about Mom and Papa Tibbs. That's what we affectionately call them. Mom and Papa Tibbs. And the day, I remember when they were vetting us, when they were my ex-husband, who was a pastor of Morningstar Baptist Church for 20 years, and I was there for 13 years. When we came to interview, Mother Welch, I was with the deaconess, he was with the deacons and the trustees, and Mama Welch and Mama Tibbs took me under their wing. The day we arrived in Omaha, Nebraska, we were at the hotel. Lydia and Carlos came, and they were the first people that we allowed to take AJ away from us in Omaha, Nebraska. Wow. And it immediately became family. I mean, we spent every Sunday at their house for dinner, at Mom and Papa Tibbs' house for dinner. We spent every holiday. I know for at least until Mama Tibbs, till Papa Tibbs passed. We spent every Sunday with that family when we were in town. So we were very, very close, and they were very, very close. It was always Mama Tibbs, Papa Tibbs, Lee, and Carlos. When Papa Tibbs passed, it was Mama Tibbs, Lee, and Carlos. When Mama Tibbs passed, it was Lydia and Carlos. So when Lydia passed on Monday, I, I I had a very, very hard time understanding how Carlos was going to be able to move forward without his mother,
Yeah.
because they were just that close, that type of family. And before I left Omaha, the last stop I made was to see Mama Tibbs. I had to go see Mama Tibbs. I had been talking to Mama Tibbs. I could confide in Mama Tibbs. I told her the situation I was in. And she told me, she said, baby, you got to do what's best for you. And she said, and sometimes that's a difficult decision, but you got to do what's best for you. And I went to see her before I left Omaha. And she said, don't you come back here. She said, if something happened to me, don't you come back here, because you were here when I was here. And she ended up passing the first year that I left. But they have struggled ever since Mom and Papa just passed, just to, because they had such an impact in their lives.
Yeah.
And, parents, like I'm a parent to two children, and I know if I pass, my children will be able to function and move forward. And Carlos and Lydia did too, but that took something out of them. And Lydia actually was supposed to be here in July,
Yeah.
but she canceled her flight, and she called me, and I did a Friday Chronicles where I was talking about my mom and talking about how I'm skeptical about who comes into the home with this corona thing. So she said after hearing that, she decided that she was going to forego, because Omaha had begun to grow like Florida with the coronavirus. It had begun to spread. They were getting a lot of cases, and she didn't want to come here and possibly have it and not know or whatever, be a carrier. And so I told her, I said, I booked my flight to come to Omaha September 24th. I was supposed to be flying into Omaha to see Mother Tyree and, of course, see them, because I never came to Omaha and didn't see their face.
Right.
Me and Lydia, every time I came to Omaha, me and Lydia went to eat. We always went to eat together. And so I booked my flight, and I've since canceled my flight. And but they were just the type of people that you don't find nowadays. They welcomed anybody.
Yeah.
They cast no judgment. Carlos was the first person to call me Traci after I left Omaha. And he asked me, he said, can I call you Traci? He said, because I don't want to have that first lady stigma anymore. I want to be able to interact with you as Traci. And he's the only one that calls me Traci. I don't even think you call me Traci. You always call me Boo, Sunshine, Love, something else. But he's the
When I
only
do call you Traci, I call you Traci J.
Oh, okay. But even on his lives, he would call me Traci, and so it devastated me. It devastated me because it happened so quickly. It happened so quickly. And Carlos was determined to fight, but I think after Lydia passed, I just don't think, and then you got to understand the dynamics of that. He gave it to her. He brought it home. So she had it, and her passing, I'm sure that weighed heavily on him. I'm sure, like I told Mom, God in his ultimate wisdom knew exactly what he was doing when he took both of them 2 days apart. Because he felt Carlos's heart when Lydia left here. And God said, no, your heart is not going to take it.
Right.
And so he took him. So I have a consolation in knowing now that all the Tibbs, they're back together.
Yeah.
That's how I met them, when they were together. And they were a beautiful, beautiful family. Their legacy will live on in Omaha. Anybody that has been through Omaha, been through Morning Star, knows the Tibbs family, because that's the impact that they had, and their legacy will live on. Carlos was just won Comedian of the Year in Omaha for 2020. He took a path of doing comedy. He sung in our church choir. He played the drums. Him and AJ and Marty, even when Marty came, the Tibbs took Marty right under their wing. So it's tough, because they were there for my entire family. When my mom and my sister came, they took them on their wing. When my sister passed, First call I got was from Lydia.
Yeah.
She was one of the first people that called me when my sister passed. So it's tough. It's difficult, but um, life goes on, and we have to remember their legacy, and we have to remember what they imparted in us and what they left with us, and the laughter, and continue to strive to be as loving as they were, and hopefully get to the place where they are. Because I have no doubt that that Jesus sent Mama Tibbs and Papa Tibbs to the gate to get them. I have no doubt in my mind, that they welcomed them. So it's sad, and I pray for the whole family. Maurice, Carlos's dad, Cheryl, Lydia's sister, Veranda, Michaela, they're Carlos's siblings. I pray for them, but I pray that they have a consolation in knowing that they were not a part in life, and now they're not a part in death.
Amen.
So we'll celebrate for them this weekend when we're celebrating the sky.
That is so beautiful. It's as sad as it is, it's still so beautiful because just like you said, God knew that he wouldn't have made it long without his mama.
Yeah.
Some people this person. That was Carlos' person.
Yeah. They were definitely soulmates, as they should be with mother and child. But they had a special, there was something special about there was something special about the four of them.
Yeah.
And when Mama and Papa Tibbs passed, there was something special about those two and their love for one another. And I mean, and Carlos knew that was his mama. Now Lydia didn't play. I saw her take off a shoe on him, but she was his inspiration. And he did everything he did. He referenced her, and she in turn was there for him. There were so many things Lydia could have done. So many times she could have left Omaha, but that's where he was, And they lived in the same house. So, I mean,
showed up for her baby. Because I've read so many comments where she'd be there taking pictures, cheering him on, rooting for him when he did a show.
Yes.
Like, she was his cheerleader. And so I think it's beautiful. And it also reminds me, I had posted, I think it was on Monday when she passed, I was like, some of our count it all joy is being tested. Like some of us are having a hard time counting it all joy, but count it anyway. Everything is not always gonna feel good. Everything is not always gonna be roses without thorns, but it's for our good. There are things that God saw, that God put into action, that God allowed to happen that are bigger than us, that are greater than us, that glorify him more than make us feel good.
Right.
But they're for our good. And we know that, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Yeah. And I have no doubt in my mind, just by the legacy they left, the life they lived, that they are truly cracking jokes in the sky on each other. Because I saw some of their posts. I had to go back into Facebook land. And bless Lydia, because I am new to her on Facebook, even though I knew them from Morning Star. I am new to her on Facebook because of this show. Like, we were never Facebook friends. We only became Facebook friends because you and I are doing the Set Apart Woman. And so that even was just like, wow.
Yes. She supported everything I did.
Everything.
She was on she listened to the radio broadcast. She listened to the Friday Chronicle. She listened to Lydia supported everything that I did. And so let me put my thing up because it says it's low. But I just I'm just so grateful, and I am so thankful, that we had that time together, and I'm gonna miss them. I'm going to miss them like crazy, and I just even just going on Facebook and seeing, I don't want this to go out. Even going on Facebook and just popping in on their pages, and Carlos always got something smart to say, and even their banter with one another. They be on Facebook, shut up, Carlos, Lydia. I'm going to miss that. But I thank God for Facebook, because I go to their pages now. I go to their pages now. But I will say this: when I talked to Carlos, because I talked to Carlos on Monday, and I
Mhm.
talked to Carlos on Tuesday, and when I talked to Carlos on Tuesday, he did not sound good. He
Mm,
he he sounded like he was tired. He was coughing a lot, and his breathing was off. And when I called him Wednesday, I called him at 11:58 on Wednesday morning, and he didn't answer.
mm,
And I just started praying, because I could tell on Tuesday he was not doing well. And that was the first time that I had talked to him that he did not say, "I'm gonna beat this." He normally he would say, "Traci, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna be all right." Tuesday was the first time that I had talked to him that he did not say that. He
my
just
God.
said, "I'm tired." That's what he said. He said he was tired. And so I said, "Well, go lay down, and make sure you." I asked him for some information, and he didn't send it. So I called him on Wednesday to get it, and he didn't answer. So I knew, that something was wrong. But I thank God that I had an opportunity to meet the Tibbs, to be a part of their family, because we were family. They took the Adams in like we were their kids, and sometimes, their pastor would get mad because I'm not their son, because when we come around on Sunday, everybody was a kid except Mom and Pop Tibbs. And he would say sometimes, I'm not a child, I'm not their son, because Papa Tibbs let us have it when we needed it. And so, they took us in as their child, as their children.
Absolutely.
So I love them, and I'm going to miss them. But I do have the memories, and I will cherish those memories with the Tibbs family.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that we are all fortunate enough to have the moments and the minutes and the memories of beautiful souls such as them. Um, their life is not in vain. Their legacy will not be forgotten, and their love will live on forever through so many people. Just you can look at any post and see that they were truly loved and they loved hard on
Hmm.
a lot of people. So we are grateful to Lydia and Carlos Tibbs for their life and their light. It is not diminished just because their bodies have left this earth.
Right.
And so that
Absolutely.
I'm just look now. It just makes me so warm on the inside. It's like
Right.
so much beauty and so much, and we're still in a pandemic. Nothing about that has changed. Um,
Right.
as you've canceled your flight, I booked mine because I'm in a wedding in Omaha, and so I don't know about y'all good people, but if you're praying now, because I'm telling you, I got a spray bottle of sanitizer, and I will spray somebody in their face if you come thinking you about to hug on me while I'm in Omaha for 7 days. It's not gonna happen. No, I'm not going anywhere with nobody. I'm sticking to a very strict plan, which includes seeing my grandparents, seeing my mother, and attending this wedding. That's it. If you see me out at Joe Test, if you see me out at Blue Sushi, if you see me out at Best Burger, wave, shout your little prayer in your head, but do not come running over trying to give me a hug because you will get drop kicked and then you'll get sprayed on. Because I am not coming back telling my boss I have COVID. Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that have been texting me, and for those people that have been texting me and I have not responded, I just don't have the energy to spare right now, and so don't charge it to my head, not my heart. I just, I'm still dealing with my sister and other things that are going on. I just don't have the energy, so I'm not apologizing. I'm just giving you the information. I don't have the energy to answer all the calls or texts. I know you're concerned or whatever. But I have people that have been asking me if I am coming to Omaha. I am not coming to Omaha, and the reason I am not coming to Omaha is because I live with my mother, and I cannot afford to get something or accidentally pick up something and bring it home. I limit my activity in Florida, and
Yep.
so if it were not for that, I think my nephew is coming. I'm not sure if AJ and them are coming, but I can't, and I because I have to be concerned about that. And Lydia and Carlos are not there. I would
Right.
be coming for them. I was coming for them and Mama Tyree. They're not there, and Mother Kathy already told me, you can't if you come, you can't see her. So ain't no need of me coming because those were the people and the Welches. So those were the people I was coming to see. So don't take it personal. It's not that I don't want to be there. It's just that this thing is serious.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's hitting close to home. We just had a friend of ours here. Her daughter has it. This thing is serious, and we have to take it seriously,
Amen.
because this was not a wake up call for you. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Carlos said he only went out without his mask 2 times, and he knows where he was. So he had to have contracted it then, and he passed it along to his mother in the house with him. I can't repeat that scenario. And so I am not. I'm not coming. I'm not. I'm not even going to put myself in that situation as much as I would love to. So please charge it to my head, not my heart. I love them. I love Omaha, but I'm not traveling anywhere. I've canceled all my travel plans.
And you are perfectly within your rights to do so. I don't think I would have a friendship anymore if I wasn't a participant in this.
Oh no, I understand why you're going. And plus, it's just you. You know, it's just you. If it was just me, Shannon, you know, I would jump on a flight in a minute. But I have to be concerned about coming back and how it affects my mom.
Absolutely. And that's how I feel about work. That's how I feel about, because everybody was like, "Are you going to quarantine when you get back? Are you going to quarantine?" I literally have a week from the time I get back until my supervisor staff goes on her 2-week vacation, because we've got to cut PTO. Everybody is like circling high numbers, and it's like, y'all need to start cutting this PTO. We didn't start a new calendar year. It's time to get this PTO down, period. But I'm telling you, apart from short of a hazmat suit, I don't know if I'm ever going to take my mask off. Like, I have already packed, and I kid y'all not, I've already packed 24 masks. 24. Yeah. And I am, and half of them are still in bags unopened. I am not playing with nobody. And I'm going to get a shirt made next week that says, "Please do not touch me. Don't touch this." Like MC Hammer. Don't touch this. Like, because I need to see my grandparents. Then as soon as I get off the plane, I'm changing my clothes. I'm taking a shower. I'm getting dressed. And I'm going to see my grandparents. They're 93 and 92. I need to lay eyes on them. I know I can't kiss my granny like I normally do. I know I can kiss my grandpa like I normally do. I'm going to have a mask on. But I got to lay eyes on my grandparents.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to celebrate my sister Keisha's birthday, which is the same day as my god sister's wedding. And we're going to show up and we're going to show out. But I'm going to be the only one acting a fool because I'm not taking my mask off. You want these wedding pictures? They're going to be with my mask on. Because in one moment that I try to let my guard down and somebody cough, sneeze, no ma'am. No.
Well, we got an Airbnb for Sky this weekend. Mommy's not going, but I said that. I said I'm going to get one of the medical masks, the thin ones, and I'm going to keep a mask on this weekend because I don't know where my other family members have been, even though we've had family gatherings since this started, and we all pretty much stay in our homes quarantine. And so, but you never know, you know. And so I got my personal hand sanitizer, I got my spray bottle, and I have my mask, the medical ones, the thin ones, so I can breathe. But I'm going to be very, very careful this weekend. But after this weekend, I told my family, I said, I'm done. After this weekend, I'm not doing any more. We're not doing any more family functions with me included, because my mom will not go out this house. She will not go out this house.
That's how my grandmother is. She is
and I can't. So if she gets anything, it's gonna be brought in, and I can't have that.
I agree with you.
Not have that. So
I definitely agree with you. So on a lighter note, let's talk about what your plans are. Well, let me jump back. Next Friday, Traci will not be here. She has an appointment. Is that what you said? That's why your face look like that?
Yeah, I gotta go to the dentist.
Oh, I love going to the dentist. I need to get my teeth cleaned too before the end of the year.
See, your dental appointments are not like mine because
yours are touching
the root canal in the crown. I just got an implant put in, so your dentist appointments are like mine. It's like it takes me a week to recover.
Ma'am, I used the one year, 1997, September to be exact, when I had 13 cavities and I got them filled every Monday in September. I'll never forget. After school, my mom would pick me up. You gotta go back to the dentist so you can get your teeth filled. Hated it. But I love the dentist. I've always had amazing dentists. But next Friday, I'm so privileged to be having an intimate conversation with Jula Prevalon. She is one of my dear friends out of Dallas. We both went to Dallas Theological Seminary, and she's going to do the art of forgiveness. And I am so excited because this is a conversation that we just don't talk enough about.
Right.
And people don't realize how essential and how necessary forgiveness is. How easy it is to forgive once you do your work, your healing work. Because once you realize that the forgiveness is for you,
It's for you. I should
releases
have worn my
you,
shirt. Forgiveness is for you. But I
and
do.
it heals you, which is why I wanted you to be on that show so you could have worn your shirt. I had to get one so I can wear your shirt for the stuff like that. But I think it's so important. So I had to have her on the show. I think, and she, not only that, she keeps it real and raw, relative and relational. She's also a set apart woman, a wife. She's a pastor. She's a mother of 3 young, fine men, who are all in college. Like, there's just so much about her that you guys will love if you tune in next Friday at 10 a.m. But we are gonna have some good stuff coming down the pipeline in September. I'm so excited. So, if you want to stop here, we might as well just go and cut it, and you can tell us how we can follow you on social media. Tell us about today's Friday Chronicles, and why it's so important to tune in at 4 o'clock.
Well, today's Friday Chronicle actually is dedicated to Lydia and Carlos. This whole day is dedicated to Lydia and Carlos. So we're going to be talking about them, and I'll probably have some people jumping on that know them, and we're going to be laughing because that's what they would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be talking about Lydia and Carlos, dedicated to Lydia and Carlos, the Tibbs family, on the Friday Chronicles, which comes on every Friday at 4 p.m. It's a Facebook Live. You can find me on Instagram as well as Facebook under Traci J. Caver, also Living Beneath This Shadow. I have my blog, livingbeneaththisshadow.wordpress.com. I also have my radio broadcast, which will also be dedicated to Lydia, to the Tibbs family, which comes on Also Smooth Radio every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. and repeats on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. And I am getting ready to, well, we'll talk about that later. I'm in the process of writing a book, not my Living Beneath the Shadow book, but a different book. So I've been approached and offered to write a book, and so that'll be coming down the pipe as well.
Amen. And I stand in agreement with all of that. I support all of that when I can actually get on the radio station to hear you, which I try to catch it on Tuesday since it's a replay on Thursday. But I'm gonna challenge you to finish Living Beneath the Shadows. Now, if y'all don't know me, because a lot of times I look at the comments, a lot of you guys are friends with Traci. Traci is my sister from another Mister, mentor, boo thing, everything under the sun. And I'm her AKA ghostwriter. And so a lot of her commentary, I be saying, you stole that. You borrowed that from me, girl. Okay.
I do. I steal a lot from it. How many books do you have?
I am a poet. There is a difference between a poet and
poets quotes. And so I steal your quotes.
I have 5 poetry books that are published. Yes. I do have book 6 and 7 coming out in 2021. But that's not the point. This is not about me. This is about you. Okay. I encourage you to dig deeper, get your feet out there, get them wet. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just come and stick them in the ocean for you, because this is our year to move in a mighty way. I've been talking about it on these Sunday lives. You align with purpose. You just go out, do it. You let the doors of opportunity, they are afforded to you. You walk in and you know it's unlocked. You see it's open. Don't think it's for somebody else. It's for you. But if you don't get the courage to walk through it, the door's going to close. Because opportunities don't last forever. So I'm going to challenge you. We've been working on this idea, this concept. We're going to move. We're going to get an outline in. We're going to have book meetings. And I'm saying all this out loud on this live, y'all, because this is my bread and butter. This is my passion. I love to see the strength and gifts in people, because I like to start a lot of things. And I'm like, I'd rather start that for somebody else. Not that I don't want to build my own brand and do my own thing, because I am a brand in and of itself. Shannon Ford-Jefferson is a brand, period. There is only one of me. There's only one Shannon Ford-Jefferson in the world. So that is branded, period. Mm-hmm. But I see the beauty, the gifts, the talents in other people. So Traci is supposed to be an author. Traci is supposed to be a motivational speaker. Traci is supposed to be traveling the world and telling her story regularly. Her current job is a filler.
I receive
her
that.
Her current job is a filler. there are other opportunities that God has been pushing you towards and
You're
saying,
right.
trust me, I got you. And you sitting here like, oh, but I love my job and they're so faithful to me and blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah for employment. However, your
I feel
future,
like Alan now.
your future,
You are absolutely right. And I feel that. I feel an urgency in my spirit to start doing things. Like I'm getting ready to do this life coaching class so I can get my certification. I feel that urgency in my spirit to start doing, to start moving.
and,
So you're absolutely right. You're only confirming what God has already said. So you're absolutely
and you know how and the reason why I'm saying this, everybody's looking for like, what are they talking about? The reason why I'm stressing this so hard is because my destiny is to build up clientele, to see people pursue their passions and their dreams, because that is my desire, to see people be in redemptive and restorative relationships and to truly live out their purpose. And a lot of the people that I'm pushing are tied or linked to my destiny.
Mhm.
Tracy's gonna be one of my clients.
I am.
She
I
been talking
feel that
forever,
but
it's
said that earlier, but I feel that so strongly.
Tracy is gonna be one of my clients. I love to, and I'm not a life coach. I don't have a certification. However, I have the ability to speak life
Right.
into people and coach them well, and that has always been a gift. Words are just my thing. People will call me a wordsmith. I would just say God has anointed me with the ability to use a vocabulary, a dictionary, a thesaurus, and an encyclopedia.
I call you a wordologist.
Wordologist, I'll take it. And so my creative niche is also people. And so I also have an ability to speak life into those who may not be ready to walk the path that they've been called to. I've been telling Tracy this forever. So I'm just ready for you, client.
You have. And like I said, during this pandemic, I've been really, really trying to allow God to connect with me on a deeper level. And He has. And I feel that urgency in my spirit to start moving forward and into and walking in the path that He would have me walk in. And
yes. That's why you were also here on the Set Apart Woman.
I feel it.
I was like, God, I need her to step outside of her comfort. I said, because she knows it. She knows you told her this. I said, so we just going to show up together on Set Apart Woman and we going to do this thing called life together. Because, I mean, we've been doing this thing called life together for how long now?
Ever since she did a poem at the church. I was, oh my God, I love her.
And I was a teenager, so... Because Pastor John H. Whittington was still alive.
Yes. And it was so weird because I did not know you. I didn't know you. I just knew I saw you at Mount Nebo and you did this poem. And I said, I want her. So I kept trying to figure out who is this young lady. I didn't even know your name. I had to talk to somebody to get your name. And it was just something about you that just drew, your words just drew me. And I was like, we going to be fast friends. We're going to be good friends. And here we are. Girl, you walked me through the fire. You have not a clue. God ordained that that we would be soulmates. And I don't mean soulmate in like husband, wife, but friendship. There's a relationship there. And that's the thing we're talking about, soul ties. That's a soul tie.
And some of them you want to keep. Some of them you definitely want to keep. But I'm here. I'm here to walk this journey. I that's why I am freeing up my life. Virtual garage sale in September, making some moves in November, setting up a new office in December. Like, because I know that my clientele, if you build it, they will come. You got to build it first.
Yes.
So I am building it so that they will come. And I wasn't expecting my clients to show up before I finished building it. Because I was like, Lord, I don't even have a desk that I sit at. I do my podcast sitting in the English style on my bed. That's my curtain behind y'all. So, I just
that's real.
I'm just saying. So, and I do 2 podcasts. It's like at the end of the day, I know where my gifts lie, and I want to be able to say, no, I'm not gonna win by myself. We all gonna win.
We all gonna win.
I want everybody to show up. You got a gift, we gonna showcase your gift. You got a talent, we gonna showcase your talent. You got a brand, we gonna showcase your brand. You got merchandise, Man, if I'm the only one buying your merchandise, I might be broke by the end of the year, but I'm going to buy your merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
But I need people to be able to say, I gave it all I got. I showed up for myself. I know that I am capable, and somebody needed to hear my story. It's
Okay.
that
I'm
simple.
gonna give it all I got. I'm gonna show up for myself. I know I'm capable, and I know somebody needs to hear my story.
See, girl, look at that. That ain't nothing but the Lord. That ain't nothing but the Lord via Shannon. Like, because that's what he tells me all the time. Show up
Yeah,
for yourself. You are capable.
show up for yourself. That's the
And
word right there.
and
Show up.
somebody needs to hear your story. And so, in the short, you can follow me and Traci.
I was getting ready to tell you. How
You
can
can
we
follow
find you on
You
social
can
media?
follow me and Traci on Set Apart Woman _ the IC THEIC on Instagram. You can follow me, Shan Ford Jeff 82 on Instagram, and a plethora of others. Just type in my full name, Shannon Ford like the president, hyphen Jefferson like the president. Like I said, I am the only one. You'll find a gazillion Shannon Ford. You'll find a gazillion Shannon Jeffersons, but the one and only Shannon Ford Jefferson you are hearing and seeing right now. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. All of my books are poetry. You can find them on Amazon.com. My 2 books coming out next year are Companions, Dismantling Daddy Dysfunctions, and All the Men I Loved After Him. It's about my father, Vernon Bernard Jefferson. And then Mirroring Mommy, The Woman I Love, The Woman I Hate, The Woman in the Mirror is about my relationship with my mother and other women in my life, and honoring my mother, Gloria Ford. And so I do Sunday lives at 9 p.m. on Facebook. And then I do a Monday night podcast at 9 p.m., both Eastern Standard Time. And this is Mars and Venus, the Men and Women talk show with my co-host, Kente Ferguson. I keep my iron in the oven at all times because I'm trying to build a legacy. I'm trying to um, continue to process and do what I say, and not just say. So that's my life. This is us. We are so thankful that you guys stopped by to watch us and give us some of your morning. Thank you for listening to Alan talk about his brand, his entrepreneurship, and why he loves Black women. We just thank y'all for joining us on a Set Apart Woman where everything is real, raw, relational, and relative.
That's it.
We believe in intimate conversations. And so, once again, I'm Shannon,
I'm Traci.
and we're Set Apart Woman. Y'all have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Be kind to yourself. Wear your mask, social distance, and have a good time. All right, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.